What's up? This is Lo. Welcome back to Live Like Lo, and today we're going to be talking... Boy, I'm about to break down the matrix for you guys. I'm about to open your guys' eyes. It's about to be so real. So if you're about it, tap in, tap in, tap in. Do you feel me? And I want you to share this with your friends. Share this with as many people as you know so that they can level up too, because we're not stingy over here. No stingy energy, you feel me? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to wait for a couple people to get in, because once we get started, I'm saying like bust heads. Like it's going to be hard. Yes. Welcome into the room. What is up? I'm about to really educate us on how we are going to be able to manifest for real. For real, okay? Source gave me a straight download and they was like, y'all don't really know what's up. So I'm about to give it to you. Real talk, no chaser. If you're ready, get you out a pen and a paper, okay? Or if you got a notes app, you got an iPad, okay? I want you to be ready to take these notes. Hey, baby. Okay. So if you're ready, let's get into it, okay? I want to make sure I have like a decent filter on Instagram. Because I'm posting that one on YouTube. If you want these keys, if you want to send this is going to be at the end of the week on UT, okay? All right, let's go. So, this is what Source told me. The way that the matrix works is exactly the way that manifestation works. And when you understand that, there's nothing that cannot stop you, you heard me? There's nothing that cannot stop you, okay? I'm going to turn my music down just a tad bit because I need to be able to hear my thoughts. You feel me? Okay, so let's go. So the matrix, I'm going to break down to you how God speaks, hears, and listens to you. Okay? Okay. When God created the world, what did God think first? He thought about it. He felt, what do I want to do? How does this feel to me? And then he started to speak. He speaked on it. Then what happened? He made action. The spirit moved over the water and then it came to be. That is exactly how you need to do your manifestations. You need to aggregate all of your thoughts in the same order. Same order, okay? Same order. You cannot. I need everyone in here who's about to catch this value. Please share this with somebody you know because they need it, okay? You feel me? So this is what, so look, so now you're thinking, you're feeling, you're then speaking out what it is that you want, and now you're going to take action, okay? Faith without work is dead, baby, okay? Dead in the ground and buried. Good night, okay? So if you're not going after it, if you're not stepping in, hey, baby, hey, if you're not stepping into this, and you're not really walking into this, okay? I want you to realize you're not going to get what you want. If all of your thoughts aren't in alignment with what you said you wanted, you're not getting it, baby. You're not getting it, okay? What you're going to get is a lesson, okay? What you're going to get is a lesson. That's how this shit works. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, this is point one. So I want you to realize this is what it is. So God speaks. This is the progression. I think in alignment with what I want. I feel in alignment with what I want. You need to feel it before it happens. Think as if. Yes, please put your question down in the DM. In the DM in the chat, baby. So yes, okay. And then you need to speak as if. Speak as if it is already done. I do not know, baby. I am not doing readings today. I am only giving this channeling, okay? So then we speak as if. We speak as if. So if we want someone to come into our lives, we're going to speak it into existence. Did you hear me? You speak it. Lesson, yeah, you're going to get yours too. Trying to tell you, okay? And then you act. So now you're going to start to take action. Say, for example, if I want someone that is close to me and they don't really know that I like them, what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start building that relationship, baby. I'm gonna start hitting them up. I'm gonna start messaging them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start to continue to level that up. You feel me? So then you're going to create that relationship. You're going to keep doing what you're doing, but you create that relationship. And then this person looks at you and they're like, dog, I like that. I like the way they doing that. I like the way they moving that. Let me help them aggregate what they need over to them, closer to them. Okay? So this is the kind of mindset I want you guys to think about. God hears you. God hears your prayers. God hears your manifestations. God hears your quantum jumping. God hears everything that you say. And God says yes to everything that you think, feel, say, and take action on. The key word is take action. Because everything before that, before speaking, okay, think and feel, those are passive things. Those are feminine energy. You are thinking about it. You have decided. Now you decided to feel as if, right? I'm not doing readings today, so if you want a reading, you're gonna have to book with me. It's down in the link tree below, okay? Then now we're gonna get into the action steps. You speak and you then take steps. Take the necessary steps, okay? Now I'm gonna move on to the next point. Now I'm going to because now you know how to, you understand the language, okay? You understand the language. So here we go. This is the channeling from source. I'm going to teach you about the quantum spider web, okay? This is how the universe is set up. It's set up in a quantum reality, okay? So I want you to understand something. There is a quantum experiment, okay? And when there's a thing, if there's an electron over here and an electron over here, they have exactly nothing to do with each other. They do not have anything that is connecting them, period, right? If someone focuses on something on this one, the other one changes. So what does that mean? That means that if you want something, you need to focus on it, because then you create the destination. You create the destination. So then you become in alignment with the destination. Then you start to take your actions. Every time that you take a necessary and alignment action, you be affirmed. When you are then affirmed, then you are able to take that next step. Okay, you're able to take that next step. Please write this shit down. You will take the next step and then you will receive your next steps. Because sometimes we can only go as far as we can think, right? But then when we take certain actions, we get in a different place. We have a different vantage point. Then we know what to do. So now I'm going to tell you guys about the matrix, okay? I want you to think of a web like a spider web, right? What does a spider web look like? There's a center. And there's a bunch of webs poking out from it, and there's circle, 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 circle. Now, I want you to think about this web laid flat, like a piece of paper, right? Laid flat, like a piece of paper. Now, our universe, our reality is made up of several layers, okay? That lay on top of each other like this. So many other spider webs just like this, okay? They're just like that. Now, I want you to also see they're also crammed together just like this. So it is both vertical and horizontal, okay? It's vertical and horizontal. You got it? You got it? Okay. So now I'm going to explain this to you. They're packed together very, very tightly. Good morning, girl. Good morning. Okay? These things are packed together very tightly. They're packed together very tightly. Okay? And you can move through both up, down, backwards, and forwards. Okay? Okay. So if you're getting value, please hit the like button. Please comment below. Let me know you getting something. Get these keys. Let me get some keys down in the comments. You feel me? All right. So now I'm going to teach you how to understand the spider. The spider is you. The spider is you. Okay? So you are the spider. So you have the ability to walk across this web and not get entangled. Did you hear me? You have a way, okay, to get into this web and then to walk across it, okay? So now, your magnetic field Your magnetic field is so important because you have to understand that the center of the web that surrounds you moves with you. Okay? Did you hear me? The center of the web moves with you. As you move through the web, there is an aura. So basically, this is you. You're walking across the web. You create the center. When you stop at a particular point, you become the center of the web. Now, everything at that access point is now available to you, both negative and positive. Everything at that access point is now available at your disposal. All of the energies are available at your disposal. Now, there comes a point where you elevate it to this point, right? You elevate it to this point. But now you stayed here so long, it's starting to feel stagnant. Now it's time to get ready. Pack your camp up. Pack up your camp. It's time to move forward, right? So then we're like, okay, well, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? You set your goal there. There's a quantum entanglement with your goal. Good morning. There's a quantum entanglement with your goal. You're going to sit that center, that quantum entanglement there, sit it down exactly where you want to be, exactly where you want to go. Do you understand? You're going to sit it down in this place. Now, you're not quite there yet. You're back here. You're back here, but this is your goal. This is your point. Now there's a pillar of light that comes down. Okay? So this is how you move to your goal. Now I'm going to break this down some more. Okay? I'm going to break this down some more because Spirit wanted me to give you like a forward thought so you know where we're going with this. Okay? Okay. So now this thing is created through the language of God, through your focus. Okay? So now I'm about to break down how you move through this web. Let's slow it down a little bit. This is how you break through the web, okay? I want you to write every single point down because I need you to understand it. When you were born, you were born with a certain amount of light. You were born with a certain amount, a certain pillar of light that comes down from the ether, from source to you, right? Thank you for joining the live. So this pillar of source comes down and you tap in. Okay, this is you. This is your pillar of light. You're walking with this light. Now I want you to understand you're a baby. You're a baby. But as a baby, you got that foresight. So you're able to see out into the matrix and there is a huge, gigantic pillar of light out there in the distance. Gigantic pillar of light out there in the distance. You don't know what that is. You're a baby. You don't have the understanding, right? You're going through childhood to gain understanding of the physical reality. Because as a spiritual being, we already understand the matrix, but we need to understand how to put them together. Okay? So look, now, okay, once you get a certain age, you're able to see out there. Okay? You're able to see out there. That pillar is out there. I see the pillar. I see where I want to be in the future. I can see it. I can feel it. Okay, I know that I need to move in that direction. So you start to move in that direction. You know, you're accruing everything. You're accruing knowledge. You're accruing experiences that you need when you get to that place to get you there and to elevate you going forward, right? Okay, so then what you're going to do, okay, is you're moving, you're having experiences, you're having traumatized type of experiences, right? The first thing, okay, you're going to, hold on, I need to make sure I'm checking my notes so I make sure I'm on the right path, okay? So this is how you begin your hero's journey. You have an inciting incident. A lot of times it's traumatic as fuck, y'all. It's the most traumatic shit ever in your life, but it moves you toward where you want to go. Because you're like, oh, I can't deal with this bullshit back here. I can't sit in this darkness over here forever. I need to get up out of here. I need to figure out how I can elevate, right? This is the thing that holds you. This is the thing that brings you closer. If you're getting value, drop keys in the chat below and share this with somebody because somebody needs to understand how to manifest, okay? So now we've talked about how the matrix works. It works like a web, both vertically and horizontally, stacked on top of each other very tightly, right? So now I'm about to tell you, this is how it happens as you walk past the web, right? You set a goal. Now, when you first start setting goals, some of them goals is just like, I want to pass this class. I want to graduate high school. I want to graduate college. I want to get this scholarship. I want to play this ball. You feel me? Whatever that thing is. Thank you so much, babe, for the gifts. So what I'm trying to tell you is now you're elevating, right? So now you're walking. When you're elevating and you're moving toward each goal, that is you moving the center of the pinnacle, the center of that nail. Boom, boom, boom. You're moving this way. Now, let me tell you, when you get to that goal, what happens? You sit there. You sit at the goal, and then you evaluate. Okay, you evaluate where do I want to go next? Because I'm sitting here, I'm getting acclimated to the energy, I'm grabbing my resources, right? Because I'm now the pinnacle of this web. So everything that I am sitting in right now, this is what I have access to. If I want more, I need to move. Do you understand? If I want more, I need to move from my set point. You're creating the web to complete your goals. Yes, the web. So what I want you to understand is the strings are all there. The strings are all there. It's like a guitar or a piano. The strings are all there. But if you never press a key, or if you never hold anything and strum to create the vibration, that's your intention, then you'll never get a sound. You'll never get what's available to you. Do you understand? Okay, so now we're able to elevate this thinking, this idea, right? Let's go. So now you're looking out to the distance. I caught the pillar. That I don't know what it is I'm supposed to do with that pillar yet, but I know that's my focal point. I'm moving that way. That's my direction. I set my next goal, right? I set my next goal. And then I start to move forward. Now, there's something that you need to know about when you get to these center points. There's something every single one of you need to know, and it's very important. Wash your fucking feet. Wash your feet every time you get to the goal. Understand that you have acquired so much trauma, okay? You have acquired so many connections. Understand that as you walk through these webs, there are these little micro pieces, these little micro atoms, these little micro electrons that grab onto your energy, okay? Now, like I said, quantum entanglement, these things, they're connected to its source way back there in your past. Okay, and until you solve on how to get this thing released from you, you'll continue to pull in whatever equivalent string is closest connected to this thing, because this thing wants to go home. You might want to go home to source, to your pillar of light, to your destination, to your purpose. But if you never get rid of this, you'll constantly pull in as you move forward or as you move up. You'll constantly pull in experiences that force you to sit with it, that force you to deal with it because it wants to leave. And let me tell y'all something. A lot of people have it. You do the work. How do you cleanse your feet? You do the shadow work. I'm telling you right now, you do the work. You sit with yourself and you say, I see that I keep attracting this type of person into my life. Why do people who want to use me become attracted to me? Why are these people entering my life? And I want you to sit there. Be quiet. Be quiet. There's going to be a tiny voice in the back of your head that answers that question. Okay? You might have to do this several times, but what's going to happen is that voice is going to say, it's because we're still mad at our mother. It's because we don't think highly of ourselves. It's because I'm mad that my dad wasn't there for me. It's because when I was growing up, my brother was toxic and he said these things to me. When I was growing up, my sister was functioning out of her trauma and she hurt me like this. Do you understand? When I was growing up, my mom had to be so strong because my dad wasn't there, that she was so independent and she was so up here in this energy that I felt like I had to be like that. And when I embodied that energy, it didn't feel good to me. But I felt like that's what I needed. So now I attract people who need me. But I don't need people who need me. I need people who want to grow with me. I need people who want to elevate with me. Do you understand? When you see that, you're able to deteriorate that. Then you're able to deteriorate the relationships around you that are aligned with that thing. Okay? You're aligned with that thing. I've had people in my life who embody the relationship that I had with my mother. And because I was still mad at her, I was unable to release that energy. So guess what? Even though I wasn't with her, even though I was away from her, these people kept coming into my life. They kept stealing my energy. They kept making it seem like they love me, but it was really conditional. Okay? If I do this for you, then you do this for me. Do you understand? That kind of energy has something to do with a residue that is on your feet. Understand and realize this is the stuff. This is the stuff that's going to change your life. Hello. Okay? So when we come to a stagnant place, we need to relax. We need to chill. Okay? When you first hit a goal, you need to celebrate. The next thing you need to do is take a break. I know you like, I just got here. Shouldn't I go harder? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if you go harder in the energy of the last set point, you're going to take yourself back there. Do you understand? You're going to take yourself back there. Girl, you're going to have my mentor with mentor me with my abilities. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hit me in the DM, baby. I am a shadow work coach. So let me show you. So then this is what you do, okay? You're able to elevate yourself in that point. When you get to that set point and you're sitting, you doing the work makes you lighter. Remember when I said that the grid is also vertical. So now you're able to elevate to the next level. You're able to transmute the inner dimension of the 3D reality. Now you're no longer at the base point. You elevate yourself to the next level, right? Ooh, baby, now you're about to do something totally different. Do you feel me? Totally different. Now you're here. You're at this set point. Now you have attuned yourself to your new center. Your new center. New things are available to you. New things are available to you now. Stuff that wasn't available to you before because your feet had you too heavy. It was too heavy. Couldn't take you there. Now you're going to release that stuff. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. This thing can go. This thing can go. Right? Not everything's going to be able to come off because only certain things are required to come off for you to achieve this destination. Did you hear me? Only the things that are needed to achieve the destination will be shed from you. Okay, so then you're going to elevate. Now I'm elevated. I'm here. I have fixed my mind. I have fixed my thoughts. I have fixed everything. Now I am going to start to use my connections. What's available to me out here? Now this is where you go hard, baby, because there's no fucking resistance. Nothing is holding you back. I'm here. What? Can I hear it again? I'm here. I'm here. Drop some keys down below if this is hitting you. You feel me? Put some keys in the comments because this is what I'm doing. I'm giving you guys the keys so you can open the door to your next level. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay? So now this is what we're going to do. We're looking out here and we're like, okay, I see that pillar of light. It's over there. It's over there. So now I need to align all of my goals. Okay? I need to align every single thing that I'm doing. Oh, and Spirit said something to me that's very specific. Okay? There is an overlay on this grid with all the people that you care about. And they're also on a web. And you are the center of this web, just like they're the center of their own web. Right? And so when you love someone and you're connected and you foster that relationship, now you become connected. And it doesn't matter where they are on the web. Now you're quantumly entangled with this person. And that's the same with your kids, okay? With your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, okay? And Spirit wanted to make something very clear. There's someone here that maybe was in the foster care system. Maybe you were an orphan. Maybe you were adopted. Let me tell you something. Some of these people feel very lost. They feel very lost. You want to know why? Because they have no quantum entanglement, or it's very weak connection, and they have no way to build it. They have no way to build it because they can't interact with that person. Let me tell you something. You're going to build your own. You're going to build your own quantum entanglement. So you must be careful who you connect with. Okay? And then when you are connecting with people that are not, okay, in your family unit, first of all, because people in your family be toxic as fuck. And then also, like, maybe you were adopted. If you were adopted, then you are now indoctrinated into their family web. Now you are attached to the web. And the more and more and the longer you are and the more you support this relationship with them, the more and closer into the web you become. Okay? But you're already broken out of the box of family for a lot of you, so that doesn't hurt you. Okay? That doesn't hurt you. So you're able to kind of go out and still meet people and still create that quantum level of family around you. Understand that some family is given and other family is created. Okay? And I want you to understand that. Emancipated at 15, raised 3 siblings a bit, no parents, no grandparents. I feel that, but understand that your siblings are your quantum entanglement. Okay? Every friend that you've had for over 5 years or more, those people are also quantum entanglements. Now you have created a web of family. If you don't have any, you can always create a connection. You can become acquainted. That's a ... That's a ... And then once you build a friendship, that's a line. The line then becomes stronger like a rope every time that you connect with these people. Every time that you connect to this energy. Okay? Are we ready? Now we're going to move forward. So now that you understand that there's an overlay, now you have all of your family connections. When you have a relationship with a friend, family member, or anyone who does not resonate with your end goal, where you're going, your new center, right? Right. This line detaches from you. They no longer have access to you. But you know what they have access to? Your feet. Their energy is holding on to you for dear life as you move forward. What does that do? It causes resistance. What did I say? It causes resistance. So what do you got to do? You got to clean your feet. Did you hear me? Sometimes people ride your energy. They ride the coattails of your energy instead of elevating their own. Because they don't clean their feet either. You might meet somebody. Ooh, I don't know if anybody knows about flamingos. But when flamingos migrate during the rainy season, went from where they're born to where their flock actually lives, okay? Many of the children die because there is so much sand on the feet, too much resistance. They're not strong enough to power through or shake off the sand. So now that sand has accumulated all around their feet. The resistance is too strong and they fall off. Really blew my mind right now. The resistance is too strong. And that's what happens to a lot of people. The resistance gets too strong. They fall off. They do drugs. They fall off. They run going the wrong way. Hello? That's why you get so many lessons, because you're going the wrong way. You date the wrong person. This person was perfect. Then they turn into an absolute monster the wrong way. Do you understand? Everything that does not serve you, that is attracted to you, is a lesson. So that you'll let go of that shit. Let go of the shit. Release the sand. Release everything that's clinging onto you so you can move forward. Okay? And that goes the same for going up in elevation. If you want to go up in elevation between the different dimensions, how are you going to do that if your feet are too heavy? You have to be light to fly. Do you understand? You only have enough room to pack up your camp. You only have enough energy to pack up your camp and move forward. Addiction. She just started to wash her feet sober 1 year. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Yes. I'm so proud of you, girl. You better get that thing. Yes. Let me tell you something. Sometimes things get hella hard because you have a hard time cleansing your feet. That shit will rock your ass. But let me tell you something. Every day be grateful that you can elevate just a little bit more. Every day be grateful that this is not the end. This is just the beginning of your best and greatest version, of your best and greatest life. Okay? And with gratitude, what do you receive? More light. More light. You receive more light because you are in the darkness. We are out here. The matrix is dark. Okay? Quantum entanglement is dark. The quantum realm is dark. You are the light. So when you're able to thank the light, the greater I am, source, right? Then you receive more of it. Now, I want to also create another level for you. Every deity, every name, every angel, every spiritual energy, every ancestor is then a web that is on top of your highest and greatest version. So they actually help you, the lower version, to elevate to your highest and greatest version, to integrate into your higher self, your I am self, your God-like self. Okay? Because God is everything, right? Because we're running back to law of oneness. God is everything. That means God is also you in an individual experience. So when you realize that, what do you realize? God is just like you. God has created a giant web in which he moves across in his consciousness. And you are a beacon on that web. So when you call in source, what are you doing? You're creating a larger center point about where you are. And now it's elevating at a certain kind of energy and it's radiating at a certain kind of energy. Right now, what is happening is every single person that's watching this is aligned with me. And it doesn't mean that I stopped anywhere. I'm still moving on my grid. But it just so happened that while all of us are moving to our next set point, you ran against me. Why? Because I am speaking and exuding light throughout the ether, throughout the matrix. Why? Because you need this. Because you called out to source and source said, I am over here. Come pull in. Let me get the answers that you need. Do you understand? This is, and source wanted me to tell you, invest in the people that you love, because when they elevate subconsciously, what are we talking about? When they elevate, so do you. Let me say it again. When they elevate, so do you. Why? Because of quantum entanglement. They changed, so it causes you to change. If you have a partner, if you're married, if you're in a long-term relationship, when your partner changes, you change. When your partner has to go through shadow work, so do you. You become in alignment with your children, okay? With your children do the same. Y'all ain't ready for this. When your children do the same. When your children start to realize, I'm connected to this person, but I'm not this person. When does that start happening? At 4 and 5. 4, 5, and 6. Your children realize they're not you. They're not, but they're still connected to you. They receive the energy from you. And then they start to ask you questions. Listen to your kids, because they have the ability to see the matrix as is up until they're about 7 years old. Did you hear me? They can see the matrix as is until they're 7 years old. So when they're talking to you, when they say, Mommy, you told me to do this, but you're doing the exact thing you told me not to do. Why is that? Boy, do as I say, not as I do. What sense does that make? You're setting an intention for your child to be a certain way. Mom and dad, sister, brother, auntie, right? You're telling them this is the thing. This is the dangling piece. This is your set point you're supposed to be moving toward, but you're not embodying the set point. So what are you teaching them to do? You're teaching them against what they already know. You're teaching them, don't move toward the light. I choose peace over perfection. You're teaching them not to move toward the light. You're teaching them to move in opposition of the light through undercover means. Honey, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you. I am. Yes, I had to get some breakfast for this today. I usually fast through our lives, but Spirit was like, you're going to need all these energies. So it's like, okay, so now, like, think about it, but think, if you don't have kids, think about this as in terms of your childhood. What did your parents say to you? And then what did they do? For real. Like, I'll give you an example. Like my dad, he's a smoker. You feel me? And he'd be like, don't smoke. Right? He'd be like, he told me pretty much from middle school till I was in college, don't smoke. But I seen it. I understood what it felt like, what it was like to be in that mode. And when I was able to experience it, I was like, hey, this isn't so bad. Now I understand why he used to do it, but then he used to tell me not to, and I really didn't understand that. Do you understand? And then I had to come into my own understanding of why people say not to do it and what that means for me. But through that, I had to become a hardcore smoker. Do you understand? Then I had to understand the reason they say that is because when you're smoking, you're numbing. When you're doing drugs, you're numbing something that you don't want to deal with, something that you are hurting severely about, that you haven't quite taken the time to unravel it. But instead, you roll it up. Instead, you put it in the pipe. Instead, you put it in a syringe. Do you understand? Instead, you snort it up your nose. Instead, you pop a pill. Like, these are things, you are medicating yourself because your feet are dirty. How much sense does that make? I am going to medicate myself because my energetic muscles are tired. My energetic legs are tired. Why? Because I have so much sand on my feet. I have so much baggage and I need to release it. If I release it, I don't need medication. Because now I'm not dense. I'm light. I could float to where the fuck I want to go. Ease, ebb and flow. And then Spirit was also telling me, remember your ebb and flow, right? Get in alignment with your ebb and your flow. Sometimes you're going to be down bad, down bad, whether that's financial, whether that's life situations, whether that's just in your mind, you're depressed, you're anxious, you're sad. Okay, that is a phase through life. What is that phase about? It means slow the fuck down. Sit your ass down. Come check in with me, self. Come talk to me, self. Let's check in. Let's see how we've been doing over the past 3 months. Okay, check in with me. How am I doing? Do I need more love here? Do I need to stop and give myself more love throughout the week? I'll tell y'all, yesterday, I intended to get on live yesterday, but I was so tired. I came home and dropping off my daughter. I was hot energy. I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, y'all. So I was like, oh yeah, I got this energy. I'm ready. As soon as I came home, my spirit was like, we are not doing that work today. Come on, grab your journal. We about to go lay in the bed. Bring some tissues. We're ready. Come on. Let's talk about the past. So that we can release, so that we can elevate, so that we can talk about our future. Do you understand? There are some days that's going to be like that. There are some weeks that are going to be realization after realization after realization about yourself. Understand that these are just lessons. Stop shitting on yourself because you're experiencing a lesson. You are being taught by the greater I am what not to do. You're being taught by the greater I am what to do. Do you understand? So instead of shitting on yourself, instead of going into a place of self-loathing, instead of going into a place of I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, instead of going into a place of because I'm not perfect, I can't have what I want, I can't celebrate my wins. Do you understand? You take those lessons in stride, okay? Thank you, Source, for the lesson. I can move forward now and I won't attract that type of person anymore. I can move forward now and I won't track that situation anymore. Y'all go forward now and I can build wealth instead of emptying my bank account and being broke as fuck. Do you understand? Somebody tell me you gotta understand. Put some keys in the comments. I need to know. Because if not, I need to break it down some more. Okay? Because Spirit is like, what you're not realizing is that the path is already set. You know what the path is. These are the keys. You got the keys. Take these keys and go open the door. Go open the door. You know what? Sometimes you be like, oh, life is so good. Life is so good. I'm just bored. Let me open this door. Oh, God. That's the past. Oh, God, my mama issues. Oh, God, my daddy issues. Oh, God, my man problems. Oh, God, my women problems. Talking to toxic people. Why is that? Why is that? Really sit down and ask yourself. Why do I bring, and then I want you to sit down and think about it. What are the things that you're attracting that you don't want? Write it all down. List it all out for yourself. What are the things that I'm attracting that I don't want? Now you have the points that are the grains of sand on your feet. Now what you do is you assess the sand. When did I pick this up? How did I pick this up? What other grains of sand is this one grain of sand connected to? If I learn about, if I understand why I'm not worthy, if I understand why I'm not enough, why I think that, who told me that, who showed me that? Oh, y'all, my tablet just died Instagram. They weren't ready. I'm going to tap back in with them. My tablet turned back on. But listen, so now you're elevating, right? We're there. We're there, okay? So now we're elevating. Tap in, right? Oh, Spirit, help me find where I was at because I totally got lost. As you move forward, Spirit is like, okay, where are you moving? I don't know what I was talking about, y'all, but Spirit is moving me in a different direction. So where are you moving? Guide yourself toward the goal. Where's your goal? Align yourself. Now, there's something you need to know. Remember, you're the set point. Remember, you're the center. So when you set a point here in the future, this is just out of your reach, just out of your sight, right? I'm here. I know that my set point, I'm in alignment with my set point. Every time that I move forward, everything around me is connected to me. So what am I doing? I'm attracting both the negative stuff so that it can't hinder me going forward. And I'm attracting all the positive stuff, all the things that are in alignment that push me forward, right? If I never succumb to these things, then these things will propel me forward at a consistent rate. Then you must take time to love on yourself. You must take time to give to yourself. You must take time to elevate yourself. Are we there? Are we there? Okay. So now Spirit wanted me to talk about relationships because a lot of us get caught up in this shit in relationships, right? Really get caught up in this shit. I got some notes right here because I want to make sure I did not forget, boo. I did not forget because I feel like in relationships, energy. Oh, this is it. Okay. I want to move my computer over here. Maybe. I know I can't tap in with Instagram from my computer. It's so shitty. Until I learn how to do that, y'all. Oh my God. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to read it straight off, and then I'm going to explain it to you. Because Spirit was like, you need it all the way right. You need it all the way right, okay? So, we're talking about friends, loved ones, and acquaintances. All right. So, listen closely. Multiple versions of these people exist on each level, just like you. And your consciousness is moving from different versions of you through each set point, through each level, through each elevation, right? So, as they move through as they move and they are aligned with you, you step through different dimensional portals. So to say that you stay together in this way, like a group, you can align yourself with the slightly different versions of each person. And this is what I'm going to call your relational entanglement, relationship entanglement, right? So when you're watching TikTok and someone comes on and they're like, you have successfully elevated to a new dimension. I don't know. Does anybody ever get that? But if you get that, okay, so that's going to allow you to elevate your mind, right? It's going to allow you to elevate. So I'm hearing Spirit. Turn my tablet back on. So that entanglement is going to allow you to elevate. Okay. And then don't get into your mind, oh my God, I'm leaving my kids behind. Oh my God, I'm leaving the partner I love behind. No, you're not. You're aligning yourself with the version of their spirit that is in line with you at that time. Do they still have a mother in the previous dimension? Duh. But they're not there. They're with you. Do you get it? I need to run that back for somebody. Is everybody, are we together? Are we together? Okay, let me see if I can turn it upside down. Nope. Okay. They just gonna have to watch me sideways, y'all, because I don't have enough room on my desk. But listen, okay? So this is how it works. This is how it works, okay? So now you have aligned yourself with these people and you love them. So your kids, there are different versions of them on each level doing the same shit, right? So sometimes you could look when your kids grow up, or you could see like a brother and sister, and they're not, you guys aren't that connected. You know what that is? They're not in alignment with you. Because in order to be in alignment with you, what do they have to do? They have to grow. Just like you, right? When someone I love is in alignment with me, they elevate with me. That's why they say that outside change doesn't happen outside of you. It happens inside. Because when you change, everything that is aligned, that has access to your energy, is immediately upgraded. It is immediately required to upgrade. And your children, because they don't carry so much salt, they don't carry so much sand on their bodies, they can easily level with you. Okay? So this is what starts to happen. Especially for single mothers, I want you to tighten in. Single parents, tighten in real quick. If your child is sad because the person they love isn't tapped in with them, you have to be the person to help heal them, even if you're mad, because you got to heal yourself. Okay? I hope you're hearing me. I hope you hearing me. You got to help your kids heal so that they can level up too. Teach your kids this stuff so that they can walk through the world and create whatever the fuck that is that they want. Look at your life. Look at the people around you. Look at the people you grew up with. What don't they have? I want you to really take a good look. What is your generational curses? Are we poor? Can no one hold on to money? Is everybody house broke? Is everybody nice car broke? Is everybody looking like a rich, fabulous, wealthy person, but absolutely have nothing in that account? So when they get broke as fuck, there's no money to take care of them until they're able to get income back in. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand? And then you look at that. Understand that that is your breaking scale. When you start to talk to other people, what you're doing is you need to see this. Okay, these are my binoculars. These are the things that confine me. Now this is how you break away. Okay, because these are your core sayings. Okay, this is your core saying layer. This is your inner core wounds. This is your coping mechanisms you learned from your mama and your daddy. Okay? These things you're elevating. And you're saying, okay, this is me. This is who I am. This is not who you are. These things, these definitions, these boxes have nothing to do with you. You are a spirit. The only thing that you are here to do is to shine light, a cure light, and then to turn around and say, hey, I see y'all back there. I see y'all up there. I see y'all around now. I got light for you. And if you want to pull up and get this light and pay it forward, let's elevate together. You can attach with my energy. And it doesn't matter what your purpose is. Your purpose could be music. Your purpose can be speaking, like how I'm doing. Your purpose can be reading. You could be a medium. You are leading people to their light, whether you know it or not, when you're in your purpose. So that's what I'm trying to show you guys. So when you move across this spider web like matrix, you're the spider. Clean your feet. Make sure it's a focus. Understand what shadow work is. I talk about it a lot on both my channels. On my Instagram, on my TikTok. If you want to see some live replays, y'all, that get some real tea, hit my Instagram. IGTV is saved. I got stuff on my YouTube channel. Teach how to get your lives together. Channel from source. Okay. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, when you're walking through this stuff, you get stuck. And it's like you get stuck in this sinking sand, in this putty. And if you don't clean your feet, it's going to drag you back down to the level you just came from. Some of y'all know what that's like when you get setbacks. When you get overcome with negative thoughts that you thought you got rid of, but now they come back. When this person came back into your life, but you thought you was through with them. All of these things accumulate. When you get a job that you thought you wanted, but you weren't specific enough about the management. So when you got there, the management was fucking trash. The management was trash. Did you hear me? The management was trash. So then what happened? You were like, man, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that person. I don't want to deal with, I'm out of here. I'm going to attract a better job. I'm going to go do something that's going to be more aligned with me. But understand that that was a lesson, right? That was a lesson. Spirit is saying you weren't detailed enough. You said you wanted something, but you didn't understand what the lifestyle was like. You didn't go deep enough to see, like, okay, when I'm creating relationships with people, when I'm building relationships around me, and then I say I want this, I need to speak it as if, and I need to talk about it in full, right? I know that in my future, I'm like, I'm going to have a giant compound. Something so big and so amazing that I could run an organization from this place. What? That I could house family when they come to visit. That I'm going to have a helicopter license. So I can fly my helicopter to go pick up people from the airport to bring them to my house. Did you see how specific that was? That's only an aspect of what I want. But do you understand the specificity? Because then when I get to a point where that elevation now makes sense, does it make sense for me to own a helicopter right now? Absolutely not. But if I do get my land, okay, that makes sense. Okay, then I'm like, the maintenance. Do I have the money for the maintenance? Do I have the money to buy this thing? Aircrafts depreciate, y'all. So it has to make sense. Do you understand? You need to know the intricacies. If you say you want to be wealthy, what does that look like? You want to make $1 million. What are you going to do with it? Where are you going to put that money? Where is it going to grow? What channels are you going to use to make your money work for you? Are you learning how to trade the stock market? Are you learning how to invest in Forex? Are you learning about cryptocurrencies? Are you learning about NFTs? What are you learning about? Are you learning about real estate? Come on, somebody. Come on. Think about it. Your set point, right? You want to do the work now so that the set point comes easier. Let me tell y'all something. I went through 3 months of hell because I told Spirit, I was like, I want to be a millionaire. And then I told Spirit, as a matter of fact, as soon as you give me that $1 million, I'm going to set my eyes on being a billionaire. And Spirit was like, well, just be a billionaire. So then I start speaking that. What happens? Everything that comes out around me that does not agree with the billionaire version of me must go. Do you understand? It must go. I must stop. I must change direction. I must stop getting into this place of hustle mentality because that is trash. Okay, let me just tell you, it's trash. It's the quickest way to get yourself into a place of poverty mindset, not poverty money. You'll get the money, but then you'll immediately spend it on something else. Do you understand? You are calling me out. I'm telling you, do the work. If you want to elevate, do the work, okay? This shit is no cap, boy. This shit is some real shit, okay? I've been going through heartache after heartache trying to figure out how do I elevate my mind. What did they say? Knowledge is power. Knowledge gives you the what? The keys. Once you get them keys, what you do? I stick it in a lock. I apply that thing. What? I'm going to fidget and jig it with it until the door open. Oh, that's not my door? Let me move over here. You got the key. You got the key now. Now you need to find the door. Because maybe the door that you're in front of is not the door for you. Right? I'm going to let y'all know right now. I went to school for film. What am I doing now? I'm talking about some whole different other shit. But you know what? When I was there, I used to bring my tarot cards to set. And when we would go on break, I would break down people's lives. And I would be like, if you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you'll get to where you want to go immediately. Bam. Step after step after step after step. And I mean, I would see people elevate. And I would be thinking to myself, if I'm that powerful, why can't I do it for myself? Okay? And then I had to take time to sit by myself and understand that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's why this isn't working. I need to pivot. My doors aren't opening because that's not the door for me. I got all the keys for the wrong doors. I'm in the wrong house. Let me walk back outside and find the house that has the doors that I have the keys to. Okay? So now I'm in the right house, baby. I'm opening up doors. Hello. Got spirits opening doors for me. Like, bitch, if you don't get in here. Hi, are you doing a listen more? No, I'm not. I'm showing people how to walk through the matrix. Yes. So if this is something that you're about, I want y'all to drop any questions that came up so that I can apply it to this. Because I want you to be able to walk away from this live. I want you to be able to walk away from this live with the keys. And I don't want no scrawny ass key made of aluminum. I need you to have an iron key. An ironclad master key. Do you understand? Drop your questions in the comments now. Drop them in the comments now. Whatever it is that you're thinking about. Because I want you to understand something before I move on to the next thing. Never be worried that you'll wake up and the reality you won't be in it. I'm always telling others what can be complete. And I recently told myself that I'm not able to do it myself. What that is you have the knowledge, but there's something blocking you. You have a grain of sand. You have like there's an opening where you're like, I'm clean in this area, so I understand how it works. But the execution is something in which you're going to have to do work on. So you need to ask yourself, why do I sabotage myself from execution? And a lot of times it's perfection. It's perfection. For Instagram, I'm live on TikTok too. My link is in the Linktree in my bio if you bought it. So a lot of times we can't execute that because we have these constructs that basically sabotage us. Okay, and when you're able to elevate your mind in that way, you'll be able to get over it. Because I used to do that too. I would tell everybody what they could do and couldn't do it myself. Well, listen. Oh, and Spirit is also telling me, stop telling people what you're about to do. What you're about to do. I think that may be specifically for you, but a lot of people are listening. Stop telling people what you're about to do. Keep that shit to yourself. The only people that need to be telling people what they're about to do is manifesting generators. And the only reason why they should be telling people is they should only be telling people who will be affected by it. You know what I'm saying? I will. I'm learning. Yes, do it, girl. Let me tell you, because my dad, like my mom and my dad, I had to let them know. Y'all not going to hear nothing else about what I'm doing. Y'all going to have to see him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to have to see me see and prove, but I need to speak my truth. That's what I told them. Straight up. I'm a manifesting generator. I don't need to tell them everything, but I do need to tell them how they're going to be affected by what I'm about to do. Do you understand? So then when I'm able to start doing, I don't have a whole bunch of questions, because at that point there will be no answers, because I have already told you. If you have more questions, seek guidance from source, because I'm operating in my source pathway. I'm operating in my source light. Thank you so much for the gifts. Oh, you're so sweet. I haven't seen that one before. Yeah. So anybody have any other questions, please drop it below. I'm sure that if you are courageous enough to say something, somebody else will be grateful for you. And that puts you good karma in the matrix, baby. That gives you good energy to pull in for what you want. Are you doing readings today? I am not. After this, I am doing something else. I want to share my excitement, but it backfired. That's all good, baby. It didn't backfire. What happened where you were just given more keys. You were being more illuminated. But you know what? We're still proud of you. We're still proud of you, and we're happy that you're excited. Spirit is like, I'm happy that you're excited. It's just when you said that, Spirit told me something else. We're like, and talk about this. Okay. I got one more section for you guys. So if you guys are ready, like, I feel like I might have to do this again tomorrow, because y'all, I have like a long ass list, but here we go. So I think I'm at a better place with y'all Instagram. I can sit y'all up now, because y'all weren't sitting up because my thing was about to die. Let me see. It is important to nurture these relationships. Oh, that was so cool. Thank you. It is important to nurture these relationships. There are times when the relationship is one-sided. That means that this person doesn't feed the web, but you do, or vice versa. This unhealthy exchange of energy requires a balancing to happen, which in most cases, in reality, it will manifest. Okay, so I'm about to tell y'all how this manifests. Look it up, babe, because you got to do the test. It's like there's like 4 or 5 different ways that you are a manifester. And so when you understand the type of manifester that you are, you can elevate yourself. Okay? So this manifests into situations that show the disconnection and the unbalance of the relationship. Okay? Then it snaps both into reality. So it snaps in reality, but then it breaks. It breaks, okay? So now that it breaks, a person putting their energy in will get backlash and receive all of their energy in large waves. If you've ever been in a one-sided relationship, that thing is then also, it comes back with a shit ton of backlash of you realizing the shit that you did wrong. You being elevated in a certain place at work, right? You get a lot of revelation, a lot of energy, because that's all your energy. That's all the energy you put in that they didn't give, right? So you get it all back. You get it all back in waves as you're able to receive it, right? So then by receiving all of their energy, the other person receives waves that allow the balance to be reset, right? And so this is the way, like someone could glow up after a bad breakup or a toxic relationship, and or family friendship, and after it deteriorates, they'll glow up because they received all of their energy that was being siphoned by this person. You understand? On the other hand, a massive amount of required energy hits the opposing person. Okay? This can cause states of lack. And depending on the severity of the backlash, this will also cause a siphoning of energy from this person. Okay? And then, if they were trying to, so like basically it's based on the severity. So say for example, like you have somebody who's clingy and they're just giving and giving and giving and giving their energy to you, and you're like, I don't want that, bruh. I don't want that. Like, chill. I'm tired of you. Like, get away from me. Like, if it's that kind of energy, then you'll get a small amount of backlash because you were letting their energy bounce off of you, and it just went somewhere else because that person wasn't receiving it back at the time. Right? But if you were somebody who was eating off of that shit, who was feeling good about taking that energy, ooh, okay? Now you're going to receive a severe backlash. Do you hear me? A severe backlash from taking that energy, because now the energy has been reaped from you and returned to sender. Okay? So this can cause a very severe state of lack. But the intensity, like I said, depends on whether you or not you benefited or wanted the energy. Okay? So that kind of messes up your trajectory. But what it does is it resets the balance. Okay? So just know that if you're in any of that, you have to let the balance reset. And going forward, don't take on the energy of another unless you are going to give it back yourself. And don't give energy to someone who's not giving it to you. Okay, a bit if they don't, if they do not wash their feet. Yes, especially from people who don't wash their feet. Because people who don't wash their feet, if they're taking energy from you and not giving back, they mean they've done it to other people. So if you have a lot of light on you, ooh, that backlash gonna hit so hard. Do you hear me? It's going to hit hard because your ancestors going to be mad. They will get another same kind. Am I tracking? Yes. If they don't fix what they get from that season of lack is there to teach them something. And if they don't learn the lesson, of what they've done, they'll get it again. I can't separate my own from theirs. So what that really means is you have entangled your identity with this person. And in order to release yourself from that is you have to define self. So when you define yourself more, you'll be able to define what belongs to you and what doesn't belong to you. If you have a question about this, people on Instagram, where your questions at? Y'all sitting here staring at me, where the questions? Somebody don't understand something. But what I'm saying is, say like, for example, like you might have codependency things going on. So if that's something that you have, I would think about like, how am I being codependent on this person? And what things am I relating myself to that has nothing to do with me? And what am I relating myself to because I contributed energy to that thing? So say for example, like for a long time, like my partner will always say, we're so successful. Like we've gained the success together. And I'd be like, how? Because I haven't been working. Like I was a stay-at-home mom for like 2 years, taking care of my daughter. But I didn't realize I was also a part of that success because I built him up. I encouraged him to go after things. I tore down parts of him that were allowing him to stay stuck. And I was like, forget that shit. Go out there and do it anyway. You know what I mean? And a lot of those things that I said allow situations to come about in which he put in the energy and the work to execute. You understand? Yeah, OMG. It's like, oh, hold on. Hey, wake up, IG. I need to do more shadow work to release codependency from past relationships. Yes. Girl, me too. I had to work on that shit too. I just got engaged. I don't have my ring on right now. I usually don't wear my ring when I'm moving my fingers because I always hurt myself. Like when I get in that high energy, I'll be clapping and I cut the shit up myself. Thank you. But yeah, like it took me, like after we got engaged, like I couldn't even think about wedding. I was like, I can't take the stuff that I had in past relationships, past love, past trauma from those places into my marriage. That's cap. Got me fucked up. I'm not laying a foundation for the rest of my life weak, crumbling with rotted wood. Do you hear me? Poking holes in the foundation cement. Do you understand? I gotta lay the foundation tight, right, executed with the right parameters. And what that did is it allowed me to define the goddess that I am. It allowed me to define who I am, while I am, as I am, not being identifying with this other person as me, as my self-worth, as my value. I had to see who I was myself, period, point blank. Now, that doesn't mean I just started doing this. It just means like I had to take a real clear look and make sure like, do I have the me going on or what? Do I have the me going on or what? And I had seen this letter that my partner wrote to me like a long time ago, right? And I was looking at it and I'm like, wow. That was like what, 3 years ago? Wait, my daughter's what, four-ish years ago? Because I was pregnant with her when he gave me that letter. And he was talking about all these things that he was going to change, all of these things that he was going to work on. And I remember reading that letter and being like, bullshit, but I want to see show and prove. I was like, actions speak louder than words, motherfucker. Make it work. And I sat there and in my own journal, I was like, I'm going to execute these things in the meantime. I'm going to spend time with myself so I can elevate myself during the meantime while you work on yourself. And when I started to see, okay, your execution is the same or better than what we talked about. Really, it's not the same. It's better than or excelling at this point. It's better than or excelling because it was quite some time ago. But I'm able to see the progression of growth in him, and I'm like, this is definitely it. And Source has been affirming me. This is your person. This is your person. I know you're going through a lot of growth with this person, but that's the fucking point. This is your person. It's like, this person hasn't tapped into me yet, but this is your person. And that's cool. That's how it's supposed to be, honey. Okay? So Spirit's telling me to move on. Okay. So we are always the center of the web. We just move in position, aka we just move in position, aka the point of attraction we are aligned with. What is who I am with 2? He is mid-awakening. Yes, center, new set point. Yeah, so you said, that is who I am. Oh, that's who I'm with too. Yeah, so something that Spirit has set in my spirit is sometimes, like, in a relationship, there'll be a very spiritual person, but this spiritual person has been through so much that when you get with your partner, or sometimes you'll get with like a twin flame type soulmate energy, where first it'll be really bad. Y'all go through a period of just clash, because basically what's happening is your traumas are clashing with each other, right? Your traumas are clashing with each other. That's why y'all get into it so much, right? But then there comes a point where both of you become whole inside the situation. You're no longer codependent on each other, but then you become whole. And sometimes one person has to become whole first for the other person to realize how codependent they are. And then they're able to round it out and become whole themselves. And then you're both able to then take your whole selves, be together, use that vortex of energy that you're both creating, and create the life you want around yourselves, and move through the matrix together. And that's how it's supposed to be. Grand rising. And so that's how it's supposed to be. But the part is, if you're whole, what's the point of a twin flame? I feel like if you aren't, so a twin flame is either going to be the person that's supposed to be your soulmate, right? Who is coming in to teach you something before they can actually enter union with you. Or they're going to teach you a lesson, because every lifetime has different steps. So you'll have a karmic, you have a karmic. You might meet your twin flame or your soulmate earlier in life sometimes, or you'll meet them at a point in which you thought you were ready, but you're not. And it's not at a point where you were dating them, or sometimes you do date them a little bit and it didn't work, but then they come back when you're ready, right? Barbecue. What? So somebody said grand rising barbecue. How do you know if he's teaching for the good to be one? How do you know if he's teaching for the good to be the one? So I feel like if you're looking to see if your partner is the one, the only way you're going to know is to tap into your I am presence, which is the you that sits by God, that sits in the realm of God, that sits on that, like the 12th dimensional version of you. So you have to tap into that. That takes some work though, because like, you got to be listening to your intuition to be able to even hear your higher self. But your I am presence is above that. That's like your soul guardian. That's your soul you, the fullness of you, the goddess version of you, the angelic version of you. So you need to tap into that. That will send you, streamline you, whatever source wants you to know. But a lot of the times it's going to be what resonates with you. Like sometimes someone will be perfection of imperfection, the 12th dimension. Exactly. So, like, when you tap in, you might understand that this person might be your soulmate for right now. So what that means is they'll tell you yes, but they won't tell you all. You'll find out maybe 20, 30, 40 years, y'all get a divorce, right? Does that mean that person wasn't for you? No. That just means that their time that was contracted with you during this lifetime is up. No hard feelings. I still love you, but our contract is up. We didn't maintain the connection. Remember, I told you, we all have a web. At a certain point, if you're not building on that connection, the connection gets weak. someone is putting in more energy than another. And in a marriage, that tends to kind of teeter-totter. In a long-term relationship, that teeter-totters. But if it stops teetering and it's just up on one side, that relationship is going to deteriorate. Period. And until someone fixes that, the relationship is going to deteriorate. Sometimes those relationships aren't savable. And then you just have to deal with what you got going on. You're gonna have to just deal with it. Like, do I want to stay here and keep giving my energy and hope that they feed me back, or do I want to go out and maybe this person just doesn't? They're not doing the work enough to elevate with me to my next level, right? Or maybe I'm not doing the work that I need to do to elevate with them to their next level, because that's my next level too, right? And if you're not there to elevate, then I now have someone who's aligned with me, who will come in and work with me, and we're gonna elevate together. And I wanted it to be you, and I'm sorry it's not you, but it was because you weren't ready. So now we gotta be ready together, right? They have these relationships, like these poly relationships. What is a poly relationship? That's multiple people being in a long-term relationship together. Or maybe not, depending on what kind of poly you got going on, right? But right now, I'm just talking about if you got a poly and y'all are all decided, okay, we're gonna be in an elevation together. Oh, it is 11:11. You better go, honey. Yes. And then somebody said 10:10. Bet. So now we're elevating together, right? We're all elevating together. So now we have the ability to tap in. Now all of our energy is coming up together. But sometimes in a poly relationship, some people gotta go. Why? Because not everybody's doing the work to elevate. That's the same thing. When you look at your family and you wondering, I got all of this knowledge. Y'all, I got all of this knowledge, all of this information on how to grow wealth, all of this information on how to grow spiritually, all of this information on how to elevate your mind. Do you know I give advice to people and they don't listen? I give advice to people that ask me and they don't receive and they don't do the work, and then they want to know why we're not in alignment anymore. We're not in alignment because you're not taking advantage of the energy when you had it right here in your face. You wanted to go out and have it confirmed by somebody else, but that was the problem. You couldn't see the value in it. And that's how people are going to continue to see other people, because they're not seeing with their true eyes. They're not seeing with clear eyes. They're seeing through trauma. When you're seeing through trauma, you can't see shit. Okay? You might pick your eyes open a little bit. I can see you now, but it's still covering my face. And until you get rid of that stuff, you're not going to be able to elevate. And a lot of the times, if you meet your soulmate and it's time for you to meet him or her, and it's time for y'all to be together, and you're not ready, you're going to be required to grow in order for that relationship to stay in your life. And if you don't, they will leave and they will go with somebody else. Do you understand? You will miss the opportunity because you're not willing to grow. You're not willing to grow up. Okay? Oh, somebody said, oh, I love you, girl. Thank you. I love you too. Just saw 1010, the right place with you right now. Elevated. Yes. Energy. I feel the tap. I feel that. Tap in right now. Building on this today for real. Go ahead and apply this to your life. Saying they don't believe me. And it's okay. It's okay. You gotta realize these people not ready for it. They haven't done enough work for this to really reach into their mind. This isn't something what I'm saying to you, only so many people can resonate with. What I'm saying to you is only so many people have done enough work where these words, where the light of what I'm saying receives inside of their pineal gland, and their pineal gland starts to work. It starts to run like an engine. It's like, all right, subconscious, how can we make this shit shake? Because we got the keys now. What we do now? How do we solve our problems, subconscious? Get it together. I feel, yes. Check your messages when you get done with your live. I got you, baby. Tap in, resonating. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So when you're ready to elevate, now, okay, so now I'm going to give you guys some tools, because Source is like, you need some tools so you can get your questions answered, right? I want you every night before you go to bed, if there's a problem that you can't solve, there's a wound that you can't heal, what'd you do? What'd you do? I want you every night to write it down, okay? Keep a journal by your bed, write it down. Now, I want you to speak that thing out loud to yourself. How can I solve this? I don't know how to solve this. How can I solve this? I need the answer to this question. What is the answer to this question? I want you to keep reading it, keep reading it, keep reading it, and keep saying to yourself, I need the answer. What is the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer? When you go to sleep, what happens? Oh, baby. That's when your subconscious gets to work. People talking about ego death, you need the ego. That keep you alive. But what you can't do is let the AI drive your car. If the AI driving your car, then what are you here for? The AI can run itself. You understand? This vessel is like a computer. It comes with AI. That's your ego. You are yourself. Okay? You are yourself. So when you identify with yourself, not the ego, then you're able to command the ego, which is also your subconscious. So then you say subconscious mind. Tap in. This is your computer, your AI. Now your computer has access, because that's your pineal gland, has access to the internet, the spiritual internet. How can I get this answer? Just keep asking yourself, and one day, at the perfect and right time, it's going to come to you. It's going to pop up in your mind. It's going to pop up on your feed. It's going to pop up on your on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's going to pop up, and it's just going to align with you. You're going to be like, damn, it was that easy. Yeah, it was that easy. It's that easy. Okay? Now, tool number two. This is a way for you to stay present. Because sometimes we let AI run the show while we try to tinker in the background thinking about shit, right? So we driving in a car. We're not really there. Some of y'all don't even remember how y'all got there and what happened on the way. Because y'all was thinking, y'all was in here and y'all was somewhere else. Your spirit was not in control. Okay? Your vessel was in control. So how do you tap back into your vessel and become present? You ask yourself, these are the questions, and I'm going to tell you the answers, okay? Where am I? Oh, hold on. Who am I? Who am I comes first. Yeah, got to log out of autopilot, for real. So, who am I? Write that question down. Now, you're going to answer this question. I am myself. Now, a way to understand this is if you're in a dream and you ask any person in your dream, which is a figment of your subconscious, right? Who are you? They're going to look at you like you crazy. Just like if you walk out into the world and ask somebody, who are you? They're not going to say, I am myself. They're going to say, I am this name. I am this job that I'm doing. I am a mom. I am a dad. I am a sister. I am a brother. I'm an influencer. When people ask me who I am, I tell them, hi. I am myself. I am Lauren. You can call me Lo. If you want to know more information about what I do, the type of actions that I take, okay? See, oh, I am a soul, but that's not even specific enough, okay? You need to understand that you are yourself. I am myself. You answer that question, I am myself, because you need to identify with your higher self, with your I am self, with the self of source. I am soul means that I am just a soul. Whose soul? Who's observing this soul? Who's operating as this soul? It doesn't answer the question. Not to like just, get onto you, but just like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to correct that thought pattern. So you say, who am I? I am myself, right? What am I doing? I am doing, and then whatever you're doing in that moment. That brings you to the current moment. So right now, who am I? I am myself. What am I doing? I'm speaking light out to the people so they can take these keys and elevate themselves. Okay. This is where I'm at. I'm in my office. Where am I? I'm in my office. What am I doing? I'm giving out light. So who am I? What am I doing? Oh, who am I? Where am I? And what am I doing? Sorry, I'm giving y'all the wrong order. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? I am myself. I am here in this particular vicinity. I am in my office. I am sitting in my chair. What am I doing? I am on live talking to people. Right? My legal name is just a legal entity, not me. Correct. Correct. That is actually your bond. If you don't know nothing about that, I am that I am. Hey, they know. They know. I am. Identify with the greater I am, the master I am. Okay, let's go. All right. Why am I and what is my purpose? Ooh, yes. That's a great answer to ask your subconscious. I feel like when you think, why am I? What you're really asking is, what is your purpose? And when you're asking your purpose, you're asking, why am I? Because your purpose isn't the do. Your purpose is the call. So what are the gifts that God has given you to use that as the call, right? So for example, I have the voice. I have the voice, but not only that, I have the mind. The way that my mind tinkers, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit. The type of shit that I read, the type of shit that I understand, the type of shit that I put inside of my mind, oh y'all, none of that shit is connected. None of that shit is connected. But let me tell you something. The way that my mind is set up by the greater I am able to connect all of the dots that are missing to create an overall understanding. Also assisted by the channelings of Source. Now they grapple onto all the information that I have, because Source cannot speak from a vessel that does not contain information. Because Source is going to speak from the information that is within the vessel, because that is what's going to touch the hearts of the ones watching, the hearts engaging, the ones touched by the light. Yes, you are purpose because you are acting purposefully. Exactly. Am I my purpose? No. But your purpose is why you are here. So you say, for example, you are like some people, their purpose is to be a light beacon, right? I have a large amount of light. My light exudes outside of my house, y'all. Like, it's bad. Well, not bad, but it's huge. And it used to be a lot smaller, but Source expanded my light so I can do this right here, right? And so when I speak, my light expands to touch whoever is within my vicinity. Quantum entanglement. So right now, whoever you are, there is light coming through your device, hitting you, resonating with your spirit. If you feel it in your body, it's because my light has hit you. Now you are being vibrationally aligned to that which is me, so that you can elevate yourself and be touched by the greater I am to even more open up your light. Oh, thank you. Open up your light. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Alert. Sorry, y'all. I got one of those Amber alerts. It was so detailed. I've never seen it that detailed before. All right, y'all. So that's what that is. And so what I'm trying to tell you is I'm here as a light beacon. So basically my entire existence centers around helping people understand the matrix, because my spirit has been here before. Okay? My spirit called several other beings here. And all of you are walking this life with me. You were called here with me. I am to give you this light. I am to give you and shine upon you so that you could turn around and do that shit for somebody else. I don't know what you do. You could be out there making cakes. Better make that cake the best you can. Infuse that cake with your light and your intention. Do you understand? So when somebody eats that shit, it's the best fucking shit they ever had. It don't matter if somebody uses the same ingredients. It don't matter if somebody did it the same way you did. It don't matter if they cook it up like you did. They can't do it like you. Because the energy is different. Ashe. I second that, my friend. Yes. Okay? Your energy, your chi, your ki, right? Your ashe. You're using that to create what you want, to create your emotional set point on the grid. And then you go for it. You execute on it. And then you elevate at that vessel of light. That vessel of light takes you to the next dimension. Then you are able to have access to the next thing. You have a better vantage point of what you want. You see the pillar of light in the distance and you say, I'm going after that shit. You align everything with it and then you execute. I gotta slow down. Okay, I'm gonna slow down, but you ain't gonna stop my consistency. Got me fucked up. Yesterday, y'all, I was so tired. I posted on TikTok and on Instagram, and I fell asleep. I did not wake up. I fell asleep at 8 o'clock. I did not wake up till 3 o'clock. That's the time I'm supposed to post on Instagram and TikTok. So I just went ahead and posted. Shit, you're not going to stop me just because I'm slow. Doesn't mean I'm not consistent. You understand? And look, I got my energy back up. I'm resonating. I'm high. I got that energy. I got that light, baby. Now what? Now what? I'm about to get it. I'm about to give y'all all of this fucking light, you heard me, so that you can get up and get out and go do something with it. Okay? So that's what it is, okay? I love you guys, you know what I'm saying? And I want you guys to be able to elevate, no cap, okay? I don't care what nobody else talking up in this bitch. Like, I am here to see you thrive, because that's how I thrive. I thrive seeing other people thrive. I elevate loving other people unconditionally. I'm a real person. And I put that video out on my page, I think, this morning or last night? I'm a real person. Hit me in a DM. Because I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I'm not playing. Right? Okay, if you're led to me, you're led to me for a reason. So look, this is why, okay, I talked about that. Let me just make sure I catch the drift, because I want to make sure that we get to where we need to go. Cleansing entanglement. We talked about cleaning our legs. Okay. Got you. Okay. Okay, so Spirit wants me, I just heard like somebody needs to know about health. So we're going to talk about this as well. Because just like the Matrix, your body is a machine. Your body is a matrix, okay? Okay? So it works the same way. Where do you put your intentions? Where do you put your thoughts? What do you say? What are your actions? What do you want to elevate? What do you want to grow? What do you want to dissipate? You feel me? So if your mind isn't right, I just want to give you guys a little fact real quick, right? If you think negative thoughts for 5 minutes, I'm not talking about all day, I'm talking about all morning, but for 5 minutes, you let that shit go for 5 minutes, you have just disrupted your entire digestive system. You have just disrupted your entire digestive system. Even if you have been eating alkaline foods every day for the past 6 months, everything you put in your body is organic. Everything you put in your body is clean. If you're thinking negative thoughts, that gut process is all acidic. Right? Now, food helps you to have access. You have it within your reach to grab good thoughts. But if you choose to grab negative thoughts, then you'll get in that loop. You'll get in that loop, right? Get in that negative thought loop right there. That negative thought loop messes up your digestion. So anything else you eat that day, or when you're in that mindset, when you're in that energy, it's going to come in. That food is going to go in and it's not going to be digested the best it can. right? So that's why Christians, that's why, really, honestly, that's why people in religions pray over their food. They pray over their food to put good intention and put light into their food. So when they eat it, regardless of the intention and the thought that goes with that food is, this food is blessed by God. This food has the light of God on it. And when I insert it into my body, it is now a blessing of God unto my vessel. And when I take it into my body treats it as the light that it is. It transmutes it. It puts the necessary nutrients into my body. It replicates mitochondria that creates the energy, the light inside of me. And now I have what? Energy. I'm able to go out and do things. My body is able to detox itself. It's able to elevate itself. It's able to release excess weight. Now, what does that also say? Okay, so now you need to take actions, right? We're talking about actions right now. So you said the words, you spoke it. Now you need to go do something with that energy. You need to go exercise. I don't give two fucks. If you exercise for 30 minutes a day, you on key. You on key. Okay? Like, understanding that these negative things that we all know about that's in the food, especially if you live in the US. This food is trash, okay? But you got to understand, okay, so I know one thing for me that's just completely no-go, McDonald's. And what goes with McDonald's, high fructose corn syrup. Those, to me, that's like a complete, like, I don't do either of those, period. Like, somebody like, I don't care if I'm hungry as hell and I ain't got no money. It's just a no-go for me. I'm not eating McDonald's. And if you got a drink for me, thank you. And I look at the ingredients on the back and that shit says high fructose corn syrup, I'm going to gift it to someone who need it, baby, because I don't. That... Let me tell you, that high fructose corn syrup, that shit doesn't even digest the same as regular sugar. Same thing with aspartame, which actually causes cancer. Oh, we was on the same range. It's on the same wavelength right there. I don't fuck with that aspartame shit. Right? So it's like, you have to elevate yourself one step at a time. One step at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spirit wants so bad for me to, like, break down some health shit with y'all. But we're not ready for that yet. I'm gonna just be honest. I want y'all to get y'all physical life together. How about anti-foam agents and fries as fast food? That's the fuck shit I'm talking about. That's why I don't fuck with it. It's just nasty. Why do people put those kind of chemicals in things? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You're doing it for, a lot of the time, aesthetics, and on top of that, like, you're doing it just because the outcome of it. But a lot of those people, if you even, like, listen to interviews of that stuff, they will tell you, I don't give my kids this food. I don't feed my kids this food. Y'all got me fucked up. I know what's in there. Like, I work here, yeah, but I don't give that shit to my kids. Same thing with people who create electronic devices. Their kids don't grow up with tablets and phones. Not until they know self. Population and poverty control. If you cannot feed your body, how do you feed your mind? I feel like what it really is, tap in, is when you learn how to feed your mind, it is inevitable that you'll learn how to feed your body. Because once your mind is fed in a particular way, your body will stop accepting lower vibrational foods that don't align with your mind, that don't align with your current thought process, what you speak, think, feel, and take action on. Like, I can't lie to y'all, like, I was vegetarian, pescatarian for a long time, and I started back eating meat in 2020 because of the scarcity of food. And, like, I want to say that last week, like, Spirit was like, okay, we saw what you had to do for necessity, but no more chicken. I had already cut out red meat, so I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Walking me back. Walking me back. So Same thing. Like, y'all don't have to immediately do things. Just get better at eating healthier. Peace and love. So people are more susceptible to control. Definitely why they do it. It lowers our vibration. For real. It can lower your vibration. Something that I've been learning in class, because I'm studying to be a holistic nutritionist, is that certain foods elevate the types of thoughts that are within your reach. And so if you eat something that's completely low vibrational, that doesn't have nutrients, so essentially what you're doing is eating empty calories with absolutely no energy in it, absolutely no light in it, then what you're doing is you're taking, like, you're just putting trash in your body. You're just putting trash in your body. Because that's what you're doing. Because you're not, what it's doing is it's making negative thoughts more available to you. I don't know if anybody has ever if you've been on a diet where like you had to eat whole foods, like Whole30 or something, and you was just eating good for a minute, and then when you got off the diet, you immediately went and got a burger and fries. Thank you for the gift. If you immediately went and got a burger and fries, and then you just felt like shit, and then you felt like you weren't worth shit, and everything that you wanted to do, like you couldn't do that shit ever. Like it didn't resonate with you. It wasn't sticking with you. And you was like, damn, I was just up here. How did I get down here? And why am I thinking about this negative shit? It's because the food that you ate was low vibrational. If you're going to eat a burger, for my meat eaters out there, make sure that shit is organic. Because what you're eating is the emotions, the what am I trying to say? The nutritional profile, the hormones, all of that stuff that corresponds with the lack mindset of that animal. That animal grew up in lack. Oh, you don't understand. That animal grew up in a poverty mindset, in a impoverished environment. Fed a diet that was impoverished in nutrients, but high in quantity. It was the idea of abundance, but not real abundance. I stopped eating beef like 12 years ago. The past 2 years I have been. Oh yeah, my computer got pescatarian. I know that's right. Sometimes you have to, because you need the nutrients. Like if, like I know some people have a hard time, like, acquiring all the amino acids required to create a healthy diet without getting fatigue or deficiencies. And that takes time to really understand. You're eating something dead, so of course you're going to feel the effects in the inner. Yep, I had an ice cream cake the other day, and I felt so sad instantly when I was just happy prior to eating. Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. And then also, you got to think about wheat. Like, wheat is a GMO crop, too. So, like, your body, like, if your wheat isn't organic, then you're receiving a GMO crop, and that crop has way too, like, the balance of the nutrients that's supposed to be in wheat. Like, wheat is not supposed to grow extremely high. Like, I think the way wheat grows now, it grows very high, like, overhead, but it's really supposed to be a waist length or a waist height or shorter crop. So if you're eating a crop that's made from something that's that big, trust the timing of the universe has for me. If you're eating something of a crop that's that oversized, that genetically modified, it's going to have some side effects. Like, I can't eat wheat. I eat that shit, I get headaches, I get sleepy, I get fatigued. And for the longest, I couldn't figure out, like, why do I have chronic fatigue? And that was it, facts. And I was vegetarian. I was pescatarian, but I was eating basically vegan like 7 days a week. 6 days a week, pescatarian once. Like, I was eating fish like once or twice a week. There we go. Better. Is vegetarian the best way to eat? I feel like whatever is the best way to eat is the best way to eat. Not everybody can sustain themselves on vegetables because of their digestional trauma. So, like, some people, they have issues with certain foods, which doesn't leave many other foods to be eaten. So I would just, like, if you could do like an elimination diet for like the higher things that usually create They usually create allergies, but getting what is it called? An IgG test, that's going to be able to track all of your allergies, and it'll tell you like exactly what not to eat. Like, I haven't gotten one yet, but I want one. But I know for sure, like, I can't eat watermelon, and I love watermelon. Like, I am a nurse and have Crohn's disease and know all this information all too well. Yeah, for sure. Like, you have to, like, knowing the stuff that makes your body, like, basically it makes your blood like move slow because you're sluggish because your body doesn't know what the fuck to do with that shit, and it's creating inflammation all up in your body. Like, when you figure out what but when your body is not able to process something, it doesn't matter if it's organic, it doesn't matter if it's meat, it doesn't matter if it's vegetables. If your body can't process it, it's acidic, period. Somebody else could eat it, and that could be their pinnacle of health. Like, I know people who eat bananas. You know what I'm saying? They vegan. They eat bananas. So many fucking bananas, avocados, and pineapples. And they live their best life. And they have a lot of nutrients and enzymes and all that stuff. I eat that shit. I'm sick as fuck. Yes. Digestive issues and can't have spice or certain foods. Yeah. But that's okay. You just have to know, like, okay, this is the type of this is the way that I am. And you have to stop feeling like you're at a loss for not being what other people are, or for not fitting into the box so that you can be convenient with everybody else when y'all go out to eat. And just set that standard. Like, I can't eat certain things, so just send me where y'all going, and I'm going to check out the menu and see if I can eat there. And if I can eat there, I'm going. And if I can't, either if it's cool with everybody and we could change the restaurant, I could give some suggestions. And if it's not, like, it's cool. I'll link up with y'all later when y'all not doing something that attains with food. And I do that all the time. Like, me and my best friend used to go out and go to bakeries and all kinds of shit. Now I'm like, bitch, I need to eat gluten-free. If it's not gluten-free, I can't eat that shit. Period. Love sushi, though. Stay going to get some sushi. I'm like, yo, I love me some sushi. But I refuse to go to the mart because I have I don't know what it's called, but when you can hear the thoughts and feel the emotions of things, y'all, that shit will make me vegan quickly. It really does. Like, if I see it, if I'm around that shit, sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach. I don't like torture. Like, I don't like torture. I can't eat something that's been tortured. Period. I was at the mark, and this guy, he pulled out a fish and he put it on the ice. I'm like, why would you put it on the ice when you took the other fish immediately out, and that did not have to suffer? It was done. Do you understand? But the other one sat there struggling for like 15 minutes. And I was just like, I can't be over here. I can't be over here. Because I could hear it saying, like, y'all, this was my abilities was like getting better. Because I can hear my dog when she talked to me too. And it's just kind of like you get downloaded with what they want to say. But it was like, all of a sudden, I just felt panic. I felt like I was going to die. I was like panicking. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh my God, like, I can't fucking deal with this shit, bruh. Fucking, what the fuck are you gonna do? Why are you allowing this shit to happen? Like, I was really about to get mad. I had to, like, get the fuck up out of there. LOL, I be fucking that 10-piece honey hot. Hey, you know what? But what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people can live that life and be cool. And some people, they can't deal with what come with it. And that's me. I can't deal with it. I can't, especially being in the presence of it. I am having some of the same abilities and with animals in the last 3 months. Yeah, I can't see other animals suffer. And it's been hard, y'all, because my neighbors next door have chickens. And my dog, she's like really territorial. So when the chickens come in, she's like straight at the neck. Oh my God. She done broke like she done hurt so many chickens, y'all. It's say it. Like at a certain point, I started asking Spirit, I'm like, are these chickens coming here to be sacrificed? Because I don't want them to be sacrificed in my yard. Like I was just like tripping. But it was just like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? They like, I got my dog under wraps now, so now I can just call her back and be like, yo, leave that nigga alone. Let's go in the house. And we're good. But yeah, like no shame here though. You know what I'm saying? If you eat meat, I have no shame for you. No shame. I just personally, okay, I don't know what the fuck. But I just personally have like a thing where I'm telling you, eat organic if you can. Or if you can't eat organic, eat greens with every meal. Eat greens with every meal. That's going to help to elevate your mind. And it's also going to allow for, if you're eating low vibrational foods, you'll have access to high vibrational foods as well. So you'll have, so at least you won't be like one or the other. You'll at least be in the middle where you'll be able to like, you know what I mean? All right. Y'all, my computer died. So like I low-key have like no way to look at my notes. So we're going to end this here, and I'm going to see you guys next week. If anybody has any questions about what we talked about today, or want me to go back over some things, please, please, please drop them in the chat now. You're amazing, girl. Oh, thank you. Examining foraging for natural foods. Yeah. No problem, girl. Yes. Yeah, I love giving you guys my energies. Help you guys elevate. Yeah, and just know like everything happens for you for a reason, y'all. Everything happens for a reason. So just know whatever you're in alignment with, that's what you're going to come in contact with. Okay? So I'm going to just run through what we talked about one more time, just really quickly, so everybody has the keys, 100% of them. And then you're going to be able to move with them, okay? So what we first talked about was that how God listens and hears us. I tried to get off live twice, and the voice said, oh, that's crazy. So what we first talked about was God wants to, the way God hears us is first we think it, we feel it. Those are our feminine energies. Then we step into our masculine energies. We speak it as if it is happening. And then we feel it in the emotion as if it is happening in the moment. Okay? And we hold on to those feelings so that we can align ourselves to the goal. Spirit is telling me, for those of you who are battling negative thoughts, you should do it multiple times a day. Some of you, you'll be good just doing it once in the morning. I've tried 4 times for real and couldn't. Oh, okay. Y'all talking about something else. My bad. So, then at the next one, so what we talked about was what the matrix was, right? So this was our first point from the channeling. What is the matrix? So this matrix is a giant spider web, a web-like creation, okay? That is then stacked on top of each other in a dense way. That's what creates our reality. And then it is then stacked next to each other in a very dense way, right? Then we are a spider inside of this web, and we can move through it with no issue, right? So now we have a pillar of light, the destination in which seeks us because of who we are and what we're here to do. That's going to lead us to our purpose, to our purposeful action as well. So when we're ready to do that, we're going to sit in our set point, think about where we want to go, understand where we want to go, understand what is required to get there, understand what the lifestyle is like when we get there, and then we're going to attract that. We're going to set the point down into that place where we want it. Bam, we create a center. In that center, because it is connected to us, we now draw in source light, because source says you can have it if you ask in the right way, right? In the way that source speaks. You ask the way that source speaks, then you are able to create the set point. Then source puts light there to help you create a beacon, right? You have source light at the end, whatever the thing is you're supposed to be doing and executing through. But right now, on your way to that light, you have your own set point you place. Source will bring a amount of light there when you get there. So then you, as a spider, move toward that set point, right? As you move there, you accrue what is called sand or resistance or bulk on the way there. When you get to that set point, you don't go harder. You stop. You clean your feet. You wash all that stuff off. You deal with the stuff that you accumulated through your journey to your set point, whatever that is. Someone upset you at the grocery store. Someone cheated on you. Someone left you. Someone told you weren't shit, ain't never gonna be shit. Do you understand? All types of shit. I want you to go in and deal with that. A lot of us have never cleaned our feet. So we're carrying around stuff from like 20, 30 years ago. Carrying around shit since we was 2. Since we was 3 or 4. Okay? So we need to understand that, pull that stuff off, understand how it works, and then we're going to, in our set point now that we're lighter, we're going to be able to elevate to the next level, to the next dimension. We're going to timeline shift. Okay? And timeline shift upward. Now, as we sit here, we understand now that we have availability because we have a different perspective now. So now we have more available to us than what was available below at the same set point. This is why some people can have the same degree, the same knowledge, the same everything, but one gets paid more than the other. It's the value and the idea of their own value because they did the work, right? So now we're elevating. We've elevated to our new set point. Now we have a large amount of things that are available to us. We use these things that are available to us for our advantage to accrue knowledge. Okay? We're accruing knowledge and experiences that are going to help us propel forward. We're doing our healing. We're understanding. Now, we look out there into the distance. We see our giant pillar of light that is our focus. And then we say, so where am I going to set my next set point that is getting closer to the pillar of light? Right? So then you set a set point again with your thoughts, your emotions, okay, your words and your actions. Then that set point is created. A part of you goes there and sets up camp. Right? Divine energy comes down, becomes a pillar of light there. Then you acquire the pillar of light of where you just came from. There is no more light at that set point because you have now taken it on as yourself. Now you walk through different timelines, gaining different information on the way to that set point. Now, what do you do when you get there? Same thing. You wash your feet. Get rid of any soul ties that's connected to you. Take off anything, wash, take a shower, cleanse your energy, etc., etc., etc. Then you are going to assess, am I ready to elevate? Where did you get this geometric lights behind you? Oh, this is, I put it in the Macava thing, but then I had some extra, so I just put it on there. But these are called nano leaves. They're called nano leaves, and they come in different shapes. They have triangles, octagons, a whole bunch of different shapes, and you can kind of create what you want. Like in my boyfriend's studio, he has them like in different arrangements, and they react to sound. So right now it's reacting to my voice. When I had the music on, it was reacting to the music. So right now it's on raindrop. So blah 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 blah, like that. So, yeah, so basically now, okay, you've got to pour the same love into yourself that you're giving away freely. Y'all, I have these little things that drop down comments every 30 minutes or an hour. They drop down affirmations and like insights. So if you were here for it, that was for you. Okay, so now you know how to create set points. You know how to walk to them. You know how to cleanse self, slow down when you need to. Nano leaf, L-E-A-F. Yeah. And then they just have like different ones. Just make sure that when you buy it, you buy the one that has the thing you plug in the wall. Because they have extender kits too, and they're cheaper, and that will trick the shit out of you. Because I did that. So then Now you know how to create the set points. Now you know how to slow down and take time for yourself. Now you know how to relax and feed into yourself, love on yourself until you're ready to elevate. When you're ready to elevate, you take your time to, I feel more like myself. Now I'm understanding, I'm taking in the information, I'm living, I'm getting settled in this new set point. Once this set point has become dulled, okay, that means that it's time for me to move on. So then I start to look around. Okay, I cannot go any further at this set point. I cannot elevate anymore at this set point. So I need to look out. There's my giant pillar of light. I'm going to create another set point going in that direction. Then you are going to cross timelines on the current dimension you're on. I'm going to cross timelines to my set point. Same thing again. Same thing again, until you reach that point. At that point, you're going to elevate to a certain point. When you reach that giant pillar, Spirit is telling me, it says now. So when you reach that giant pillar of light, eventually, right, you'll be in your light, right? You'll be in your light, in your divine light, in your divine purpose. Spirit says then and only then there will be a giant, okay, from that point, you will then elevate to your desired elevation that is required for your end goal. Oh my God, I'm just seeing spirits all up in like, okay. And then you elevate, and then that pillar of light, half of it absorbs into self because you need that energy in order to give to others, to hold value for others, right? And then half of it is going to create a path for you. You no longer have to create set points. All that you have to do is understand where you're going. Make every single movement align with where you're going. Make every single action align with where you're going. Make every single purchase align with where you're going. Everything that you do is aligned with where you're going. If anything is out of alignment, you're moving in the wrong direction, you will immediately be affirmed in a lesson. Because you're on purpose now. You're on purpose now. When you're on purpose, you move with purpose. Period. Okay? Then you will just follow the steps. Follow the steps and execute consistently. Follow the steps and execute consistently. Follow the steps and execute consistently, right? And you're going to end up at your destination, no cap. You're going to have to experience things. It doesn't mean that, you don't have to still do shadow work. It doesn't mean that you're still not going to meet people who want to use you. It doesn't mean that there's still going to be people who don't want to give you your just due or what you deserve. Okay, it just means that now you're tapped into source. Now you know how to move with instinct. Now you know how to use your abilities to help you. Now you know how to eat, you know how to live, you know how to exercise, you know how to do everything that you need to do as the person that you are, or you will learn how to do it on the way. Do you understand? Okay, so now that you understand all of that, Spirit then said, okay, now we have to feed into the relationships of everyone that we love, everyone that we know, and create a solid cord with them. They give in, you give in. Do you understand? You both give in. That creates a very thick cord. I wish I had some yarn because it would make sense. If I wrap my yarn around a cord and you wrap your yarn around a cord, it makes it stronger. The more that we feed into that cord, the more we love on each other, the more we're vulnerable with each other, the more that we give to each other, we're wrapping inside the cord, inside the cord, inside the cord, right? We're wrapping inside of that cord. Now, if someone in the relationship stops wrapping, one side of the cord becomes heavy, right? There's nothing going this way. So then it will break. That will cause an energetic backlash. Each people will receive the energy they put in back. Whoever received the most energy is going to have the most growth. But also whoever did not put in the most energy is also going to be put through a testing period where they're going to basically be reaped of the energy that was given to them that they did not return, that they did not replenish. All of that replenish must be rebalanced. So it's going to be taken from you. Do you understand? So then you're going to go through a period of lack, through a period of poverty. And that could look like anything. That could be a period of a lack of relationships, a lack of love, a lack of sex. That could go through a period of a lack of money. That could go through a period of lack of being able to execute certain things, being able to go out and do the things that you wanted to do, the way that you wanted to do it, your lack of motivation, right? That could be a lack of anything, right? Then this person should then learn through the balancing what has happened to them. If they are able to do it, they are able to rise again, start their journey again, move again the same way, and hopefully they learn from it so they don't do the same thing in their next relationship and they don't accept that same energy from someone else. Okay? So, and the same thing for the other person. You don't want to give your energy to people who aren't giving back, period. If someone's avoidant, they have avoidant love style, you need to know that up front so you're not over giving. You want to give and then wait till they give, and then give and then wait till they give, so that you can build the bond. At a certain point, the person that's avoidant becomes stable enough to give consistently. Okay? But right now they're in a place of fearing to be hurt. Just like the person who's chasing, they're fearing to be hurt or left behind. That's the reason why they chase, right? So moving on from this, now you have this overlay, right, of this spider web that also attaches to the people that you love, the people that are around you. The more you build on this energy of the people around you, the people that you love, same way how I was just talking about the partners, that applies to everyone in your life, including your kids, your mother, father, auntie, cousin, whoever. And basically you're maintaining that relationship. First, you might have to put in a lot of work, but then they may be like, okay, I see the shift in these people. I'm going to start feeding back into it too. Okay, now we can converse. Now we're giving and receiving, right? So now this relationship is doable. Sometimes you will try to make a relationship with somebody and you thought that y'all was going to be doing this, but then it's just this. And then when you notice that, stop. There's only so much that you can give. Even if it's your mom and your dad, you just have to, hey y'all, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of this energy. I'm going to go take my energy somewhere else. Because you don't want to give away what you need, knowing that you won't be replenished. Okay? So Spirit also said, okay, so now you have all of these energies that you're connected with. When someone falls out of alignment with you, they then fall to your feet. The attachment to them falls to your feet. Why? Because they're still attached on the other side. The attachment for you has dropped off because they are no longer in alignment with you. So now they're attached to your feet. What do we talk about when we get to set points? We clean our feet, right? So you're going to let go of those attachments. So you're not calling that person or an aligned like person to you who is similar to that person. Do you understand? Because everybody's on their own pathway. Just because you grew at a certain point doesn't mean the other person grew at a certain point. You hear me? That person may not have to grow for like 2 more years in that category. So they're going to meet you and do the same shit that other person that you got that soul tie with did to you. Because you keep calling on it. You keep strumming the string. You feel me? So that vibration goes out. Source replicates that vibration because that's what you said you wanted. So now it's coming in. Do you understand? Everything that you have in your life, unfortunately, not everything is good. A lot of that stuff is traumatic. Everything that's happening in your life is because of a vibration. A lot of the times, those vibrations are given out unconsciously based on generational curses that we have learned from parents or that we have received from family. Okay? That also can happen, say, with a generational curse, where it's like the entire generation that's born into the world at a certain time. Like right now, millennials are going through something where there are no jobs. It's hard to find a job. Well, right now it's not hard to find a job because COVID. So everybody looking for employees, but nobody wants to pay the right pay. So hard people to find employees, et cetera, et cetera. But it was hard for people to come out and get work when I was coming out of college. You know what I'm saying? Now kids are coming out of college, but it's like the opportunities are different because the people that have those opportunities aren't willing to leave where they're at because they knew the scarcity, right? The scarcity was there in the generation before. So they're not willing to leave certain jobs that don't resonate with them to go do what they need to do, which means it doesn't make room for the next generation that's coming in looking for work. Do you understand? Like, it's a lot of stuff. But what you got to understand is, like right now, the generations that are coming in right now, they understand something. They understand technology. First first generation to grow up completely with tech, completely with the internet, completely with phones and social media and tablets. When I was growing up, we didn't have that shit. I think we got our first computer when I turned like 7. 7? I wasn't that old. That's not accurate. I was born in 94. I was 3, but my mom didn't get like her first laptop till like, it was like after 9/11. Showing my age a little bit. It was after 9/11. You know what I'm saying? So probably like 2001, 2002 when it was cheap because that .com bubble had popped. I was 12. So that's how we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what it's like to be without tech and how to survive without it. Kids now, they don't know how to do that. But you know what they do know how to do? They know how to create easy money through using technology because they have the understanding of it. Hey, babe. I'll put my own down. So, like, that's kind of like that kind of mentality tap in. But you got to take yourself out of that box to be able to tap into that. Because right now, what a lot of people are experiencing is lack. And it's getting pretty bad. You feel me? So, okay. So now you're connected. You're connected with all of these people. Make sure that you clean your feet. Make sure you release people who no longer serve you. Make sure you do your shadow work when you get to the point at which you want to be. Period. Right? And then we're going to talk about relationships, right? We had talked about how in relationships, people lose. In relationships, you have to learn how to become whole. Okay? That is the point of having relationships before you meet your set person for your lifetime, is to learn how to become whole. Some people get into a relationship really quickly and they're not whole, they're dependent, just like this. And if one person pulls back, the other one fall down. One person pull back, the other one fall down. So it's like, okay, we slowly have to come apart, understand who we are a little bit, understand this, get an equal footing. We get a little bit more apart. We're still a little codependent, still a little bit. We're a little bit independent here, but we're a little bit less codependent. And then we just slowly, all right, now we're separate. Now we just learn more about ourselves. We love ourselves more. We give to ourselves more. And then we are whole, right? Now we're in a relationship with this person. Now that we're a whole person, we can assess this person as a whole person as well. They'll align with this whole person. I think we'll be good. Or no, I want to separate. Or we're whole together. I think we can continue forward. So then we continue forward. Now that we're whole together, I understand my wholeness. I understand my pain, my trauma, my everything. This person understands their own shit. We understand each other's shit. And then we are now a support team that now grows together. Through these growth periods. It doesn't mean that this person grows and then you're growing and then you demand this person grow. No, you're growing and elevating and executing. And when you get to your set point, theirs starts because they have to stay in the same alignment with you if they want to continue to be with you. It's not something that you have to tell them. It's something that comes. It comes intuitively. It comes from the spirit. The spirit understands, this is my life partner. I must keep up. I need to assess my wounds. Because now they're seeing your heal energy and they're like, why? And then it was like, do. And then it was like, oh, I see. I had to grow through this because I'm doing this that's triggering them from the place that they healed. And now that we're both healed in this kind of way and we're both still healing in this kind of way, we can actually interact on a better level. I'm learning all this right now while that you're discussing this for us. Awesome. It took me and my fiance 10 years. It takes everybody a little bit of time. I'm telling you, it takes time. But you know what? Don't think about it like the time it took. Understand that that's the way that it was supposed to be. Because certain things had to line up to happen to the both of you, individually and together to make that happen. So that's what you need to know. So then, okay, so now you guys are able to be pillars. You're interconnected, but you're not codependent, right? So now you're able to create your own vortex all your own. You're able to hold your own pillar of light, right? Now you move through the world together, creating together with the same energy. You are both attracting. When you guys set goals together as a couple and create set points as a couple together, what you are doing is you're aligning all of your energy, and you're sending, both of you are both sending a quantum particle of your essence to that set place. That is then creating the lifestyle and all of the things that line up for what it is that you guys want together. Now, back here in the real world, we are now taking steps in our own way, moving around obstacles and shit and all kind of shit, but we're together because we're quantumly entangled, right? We're together. It doesn't matter where we're at. You know what I'm saying? He could be all up here and I could be way back here. It doesn't matter. We're quantumly entangled. We have a goal. So everything is going to align. Whatever it is that I'm able to attract will come to me. Whatever it is that is also in alignment with him will also go to him. And if you are in a same-sex relationship, apply the genders accordingly, okay? Apply the pronouns accordingly, okay? So, you know, we move this way and then we move this way and eventually we both get to this point, right? And we're sitting at this point, and now as a couple, now we're talking about coupling. We're not talking about the individual like we were talking about before. Now as a couple, we have to assess, what is the baggage that we've accrued together? What is the baggage that we've accrued together over this time, and how can we heal it? Know your I am, then connect in healthy relationships. Be good with who you are, even not in a relationship. I guess that's what you meant. And not in a relationship. Yeah, for sure. You got to be whole. Not everybody's path is to be whole in dating. And I think that just has to do with being able to bounce somebody off of. Like, if you don't have parents that you can bounce off of and create your wholeness, then you end up stumbling through life and relationships until you find someone who is healthy enough to build yourself out with. And then when you're able to build yourself out with, you also have to facilitate their growth. Because more than likely, if they were there to help you build yourself out, they're probably not 100% healthy as well. So they're going to have to build themselves out as well. But that, I would say that's my experience. But not everybody has that. Some people actually have healthy parents who have done the work and actually know what to tell their kids and like how to raise them so that they don't go out and do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Not to say anything was wrong with my parents. My parents taught me shit that they had broke through on their own. You know what I'm saying? But there was shit I had to break through on my own that they didn't understand, and they weren't privy to being revealed that information. So that family curse was passed on to me, and I had to deal with that. And I was like, my daughter's not getting it. You know what I mean? So I had to work hard as fuck for that. You know, and there may not be something that I'm noticing, or it might be something that my partner has that he's not noticing, that we think that we worked through, and then she receives that, and that might be her thing to do. You know what I'm saying? We are all here to relieve our ancestors. We are all here to elevate our family line. And so as we do that, we then, for the future generations, make them healthier, healthier, healthier. So, yeah. So as you're in this relationship, you're creating set points together. The biggest thing is communication, because you need to sit with them and occasionally have these talks about where is our relationship going? What kind of wounds have we accrued together over this time? And are they healed? Yes or no? If it's kinda, it's no. Okay? Are they healed? Yes or no? Then we need to speak about it. We need to work together to break each other out of that pain, because it is commingled. It is quantumly entangled within the both of us. And until we both heal it, neither of us is healed. Because if I heal and my partner doesn't heal, then that means that anytime that he reacts out of that place, my healed self goes away. And my trauma self comes out and reacts in response to his unhealed energy. Do you understand? Because we're all reflections of each other. We're all reflections of each other. So it doesn't matter if I'm this way by myself, but when I interact with him, I'm also a reflection of him. as he is a reflection of me. So I'm reflecting to him what he believes about me and our relationship, as well he's reflecting to me how he feels, how I feel about our relationship, and how I feel about myself. All right? So just know that if this is you, just know that you and your partner have to come into a place where y'all can communicate together. People can help us grow where we need help. That's exactly right. A lot of times you'll have people come into your life, and when you're interacting with them and you start to get triggered or something starts to have a certain type of emotion, that usually has to do with the entanglement of that. They have come into your life to touch that button. And until you heal it, they're going to keep pressing it. And they're going to find different ways to press it. And they're going to press it over here and down here and over there until you have gotten pretty much everything around you, everything that has to do with that thing, and it's completely gone. Then you'll see those people just completely disappear out of your life, or they'll fall back. Or you'll start to see that they become a more healthy person. And it's because they were reflecting something to you. And it's the same thing when you're around other people. You may be a very toxic person. Around a particular person, you may get really toxic. And it's like some of that is you and you need to deal with it. Don't try to put that off on somebody else because you're responsible for your own energy. But there are times when you feel like someone's trying to force you to give a certain reaction or a certain energy. And that's because of that. They want you to reflect them. And sometimes we have to deny people a reflection so that they can go and work on themselves. Okay? Let me see. Ooh, Spirit said I done hit it over the head with it. If you have any questions, I'm about to get off. I just want to make sure everyone is good. If you have any questions to ask about how this concept works, if you missed any parts and you were just like, I don't get it, please comment it in the comments down below. Please put in the comments so that I can just make sure that you walk away with an understanding before we get out of here. Spirit is dead on. Hey, that's what we like. That's what we like. Good morning. Good morning, love. I hope your morning is going well. Right now it's afternoon for me. We just hit 12 o'clock. But good morning, good evening, good afternoon for those of you. If any of y'all are across the world, good evening. Does anybody have any questions? Drop them in the comments below. Just let me know what's up. Anybody? Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Okay. I'm going through what you just taught. Okay. I feel that. And honestly, what I would do is I would just tell you, like, I give this advice to anybody who comes to me with relationship problems. And what I do is I encourage everyone to seek out relationship advice from marriage materials. So, like, find couples on YouTube, have podcasts. His or Her Money is really good if y'all having financial problems. But if you, or Black Love and Marriage, they're both psychologists. They're both psychologists that work separately and together, and they've been together for a long time. They got like 6 kids. They go live every Thursday night, and they put up a bunch of videos. They got a shit ton of videos. But if you're like, look up marriage content, because that's what's going to actually help you allow yourself to be with somebody and to facilitate their growth without hurting yourself in the process. What is shadow work? Shadow work is stepping out into the light. A lot of us are in the darkness. Stepping out into your light and being able to turn around and see your shadow. So your shadow is going to deal with past wounds, past trauma, the things that hurt you, the type of energy that you're holding on to. So like, say, for my single people, say you were dating somebody and you thought they were the one, and then they ended up leaving you, or through various situations y'all weren't together, but you still find yourself not filling up all of your space, and you kind of still hold space for that person to be there. That's a big shadow work, because then you have to come to the idea that they're not there. They're not ever going to come back. They're not ever going to fill that space. So you have to fill your space, kind of thing. It could be mother wounds, you know what I'm saying? Not feeling worthy, not feeling enough, not feeling like your voice needs to be heard, not feeling like your gifts, your creations have worth or value, right? There's a lot of things that that shadow work can pertain to, and I talk a lot about it. Like, if you follow me, like, and look down at some of my TikToks, I talk a lot about it there, and I have like some content that I'm still working through putting out. I have a shit ton of content to put out on YouTube. I'm looking for an editor, if y'all know one. Tell them to DM me on Instagram. But I'm getting through like some content that's going to help guide people through their shadow work. Also, you could DM me. I help people get through shadow work as a coach. Okay? Any other questions here? Internal and past trauma as well. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. So internal and past trauma. Yeah. It gets deep. It gets deep. I have kind of almost explained it this whole time when I was talking about like certain issues that people have, codependency, all that kind of stuff. Mother wounds, father wounds, understanding your attachment style. Like if you're anxious attachment, avoidant, if you're basically like a healthy attachment style, all of that stuff. It's a long process. It is a long process, because as you get closer and closer to your goal, you become more and more your greatest self. And certain things aren't shed until you walk into the light of your greatness to realize, like, this thing that happened to me when I was 5 no longer resonates with me, and it protected me all the way up until this point, but I don't need it anymore, and I have to heal it. And you might have to go to therapy, or you might just have to like work through it on your own, but it takes time. You know what I mean? So don't expect yourself to sit down and get through it all at once. That's ridiculous. But as you attract certain things that you don't want, it'll point out the things that you need to work on when you need to work on them. Okay. I hope that worked. I see I just kind of like inserted a seed for somebody with that shadow work. Definitely research that on YouTube. They have a lot of videos on shadow work that will kind of teach you about it and help you understand it. I will say that some people do have like past life karma and past life stuff that happened to you in a past life that had to happen to you in this life in order for you to transmute that, but also you needed the experience in order to serve the people you need to serve when you get into your purpose. And for me, I know I had a lot of sexual trauma, and that came from that because I had a past life where I was like kidnapped. I was kidnapped, and I used to work in like a trafficking house. You know what I mean? And so I had that inside of my mind, and so I had to release that energy and transmute that. But the things that I learned from going through those things allowed me to elevate myself and allowed me to break away and separate myself from that energy and understand that that's not me, and my spirit can't operate in that way anymore. But what it allows me to do is when I talk about certain things, I come from that place. So anybody that's experienced sexual trauma usually will resonate with me, and the things that I say will allow them to elevate out of thinking, out of that construct of thinking like a victim. So, you know, you live, you learn. You get your lessons, and you dish them out the way that, you know, the way that people need them. So yeah, I love you. I hope that you guys resonated with this. I hope that it really like touched y'all's spirit. I appreciate y'all for sticking through for the long haul. And I hope everybody woke up and walked out with something. I think tomorrow what I'll do is tomorrow I'll come back and I'll talk about shadow work again, because I feel like that's really, really important. and like really dealing with this shadow work, because that shit, that messes with your brain. Oh, yes. You're amazing. Thank you. But once you know the constructs of like how to work through your shadow work, it's really just going through the steps, because that shit is hard and it's painful. But if you got the steps, then it's easier, because it's like, okay, I'm almost to step 2. I'm almost to step 3. I'm now at step 4. Okay, I'm at step 5. Finally, now I can work through this shit. Okay, now I see this other thing over here. I can work through that. Okay, now I'm going back to step 1 on this thing and I'm working through it, blah, 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 to get to where I need to be. So I love you guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, and light to you. And I hope that some healing energies hit you guys and you're able to have some amazing, breathtaking, mind-opening realizations. I love you. Peace be with you. Bye.